随着2026年 NBA 自由市场开启，进入第22天，超级巨星勒布朗·詹姆斯的去向依旧是全美最瞩目的焦点。近日，金州勇士队内部传出对争夺詹姆斯持悲观态度的消息，即便斯蒂芬·库里与追梦格林亲自参与招募，仍难以打动詹皇。与此同时，迈阿密热火队官方 YouTube 频道竟意外流出排定于7月27日的詹姆斯加盟新闻发布会直播连结，随即引发轩然大波。究竟这只是一次社交媒体部门的低级乌龙，还是神算子帕特莱利携手阿德托昆博暗中搞定詹皇重返南海岸 ？The 终极信号。接下来，我们就透过中文字幕来收看这段精彩内容。
If you want to call it that we saw from the Miami Heat yesterday.
Well, first of all, good morning and happy Wednesday. You know what? This is a sign right now that we're getting closer to the decision. This is something. This is something. There's no way. Now listen, this wasn't leaked by accident, okay? Those things don't just happen under Pat Riley's watch. Now we'll say this something because this means that Miami is really in the hunt. They're in the thick of this. Like LeBron James could possibly end up back in South Beach, with Eric Spoelstra, Giannis, and Bam Adebayo. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's nothing. I mean, we still want to hear from LeBron James himself, but at the end of the day, any information that we get or we could dive into, because I know all of us across the board have been, across the world, in the basketball world, has become investigators. Like, everybody is sitting up here investigating, trying to figure it out and trying to solve the problem because there are no clues whatsoever. This is actually the first real big clue that we've been able to see from an organization that LeBron James has interest in.
Yeah, and it's important to note, Evan, that the post was deleted eventually, but I can't help but think, so Perk says this is not leaked by accident, and I know that Pat Riley isn't running the YouTube channel and he's not running the social media strategy for this organization, but do you think it's something or just a big nothing?
I think it's something, and it's the exact reason why LeBron is reconsidering the Heat, because they're the most prepared team in the NBA. That's what all of this is about. It's about every aspect of this organization being prepared for the possibility of arguably the second greatest player ever, where his best stint as an NBA player came in the 4 years in Miami, of returning to Miami. So it's not only the strength and conditioning, it's not only Eric Spoelstra and his basketball staff, it's literally the entire organization. Sales, marketing, social media, everyone is ready for the possibility of this. And LeBron James, in his 40s, is a grown man with children and a wife, and he's a real person that cares about those kinds of things. He doesn't want to go into a childlike organization. And I'm not naming names with other organizations. He knows what he's walking into. The most prepared. They know what's going to happen if they get him. They know what's going to happen if they don't get him. They know who's going to be on his team if he is in Miami, and they know who's going to be on their team if he's not. Every part of this organization is buttoned up, and that's why he wants to go back, because they're ready for anything that could happen.
Apparently not so buttoned up that they let this thing out there. But it could
or
just
maybe
be,
they are.
It could just be a clerical error here that they wanted to be prepared. You said they're the most prepared team here, so maybe they are trying to prepare in the event that something happens. But they did give a specific date, July 27th. So I say all that to say
that's it.
Yeah, the 27th. That to me is sticking out. This wasn't just a TBD. What do you make of the date, the 27th?
Right, and it comes, if I'm not mistaken, fresh off the WNBA All-Star Weekend. So that's the thing. If the timer was set on the YouTube page for the Miami Heat on the 27th, that means the rest of the teams that are pursuing LeBron James must know that the time is coming. Like you said, it wasn't saying TB. No, the 27th. Which is Monday, okay? Monday the 27th of July. And so again, this is something where we know that LeBron James is having conversations with these teams, right? We know that Rich Paul is having conversations with these teams, right? We heard Pat Riley, right, come out and say during Giannis's press conference that, hey, we landed one big fish, but we're still going after another, which he was referring to LeBron James because there's no other big fish out there. They got a couple goldfish and some catfish, but it's, you know what I'm saying? He trying to land that tuna. He trying to land that other tuna. He trying to set a record. And again, Pat Riley also said he doesn't have time to wait. He's not trying to wait 2 or 3 years to try to win a championship. He basically said he wants to win now. I believe, and I said this the other day, I believe that Miami is leading the charge right now for us being the front runner to land LeBron James. Evan, Courtney.
It's another day in the soap opera.
Truly. Oh, my God. Slater, I want to start with your reporting here. Where do the Warriors stand on LeBron being recruited over to the Bay?
Did you hear Rich Paul start that within the event? Warriors are pessimistic that that event is going to take place. You know, it's just... They really, since the beginning, they've just not thought they're at the top of the list. I talked to somebody last night that basically said they've been given no sign or hint that it's going to happen. And while we know LeBron has been difficult at times to contact directly in this process, Steph Curry clearly has contacted him directly, and Draymond Green has been vacationing with him. So I would think that the Warriors would know if it's leaning one way or the other. And all of my indications from the Warriors side is they believe it is not leaning towards them, and they're keeping a roster spot open, and they would love to have them, but they're not planning for it.
You say pessimistic, some would say realistic? Who knows? Perk, you said on First Take that you had a chance to team up with Steph. What can you tell us about that moment in time?
Well, I did. I mean, at one point in time, you know what I mean, I was valued around the league. And at the time, Bob Myers was my agent. Bob Myers was my agent, and I actually had just got to Oklahoma City Thunder. And remember, before I played a single game with OKC, I signed a contract extension. But Bob was telling me, Perk, hold tight, keep a cool booty. But I couldn't. I signed it, but he had an offer that was going to be on the table in that offseason for 5-year, $55 million with the Golden State Warriors. Now, this is before Steph's first championship. This is when they was going through whether or not Steph was going to be that guy. But again, you bring up a guy like Steph and you bring up LeBron James and you talk about these two all-time greats, these needle movers, right? It's a reason that LeBron James, when he's asked about which player do he would like that, you know, he wants to play with, and he always brings up Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry is that guy that you don't have to make adjustments to your game to be able to play with him. He actually is that one powerful individual that you could drop anywhere in America. LA Fitness, the Wellness Center, the YMCA, the rec park, and he's gonna fit in. That's just who he is.
Perk, 5 years, $55 million? Okay. I mean, that was nothing light. I see you, fam. I see you.
But I messed it up. I didn't listen to Bob. I had a hard head, but you know what? I don't regret it. I don't regret it.
You know what's kind of funny, though? That was prior to the run, the championship run. They've been still looking for a big like you. They're still looking for that answer, which I find kind of funny. But when I think about the Warriors, and I'm curious too, Perk, when you think about the fact that a lot of people are shooting their shot to try to get LeBron James, the West is completely stacked. But if he does not go, as Slater says, I mean, this is still a squad that did pretty well when 100%. When Jimmy Butler, when Steph Curry, and when Draymond Green were playing, they were 44-20, which was the 4th best winning percentage amongst the NBA. So I know that's probably not going to get you over the Victor Wembanyama hump and the San Antonio Spurs or the Oklahoma City Thunder hump and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but they were competitive. So it's not like all is lost. It just sort of feels like this would put them over the edge later.
这场围绕詹姆斯自由市场 （free agent） 去向的风波，再次证明了他对整个 NBA 的绝对统治力。热火对这次的直播乌龙，在你看来是失误，但在我们这些篮球圈内人眼里，这反而展示了热火作为顶级豪门的惊人执行力与准备工作。自从热火签下字母哥这位前2届 MVP 之后，总裁帕特莱利就毫不掩饰，他想引进第2条大鱼的野心。如果詹姆斯真的在7月27日宣布重返迈阿密， 他与阿德托昆博、阿德巴约的超级三巨头组合，将直接让热火成为夺冠的绝对领头羊 （frontrunner）， 并彻底改变东区季后赛 （playoffs） 的竞争格局。相比街头议论的金州勇士，他们的悲观并非毫无道理。即便库里拥有无解的三分球 （3-pointer） 吸引力，且格林与詹姆斯私交甚笃，但勇士长期的薪资空间限制与球队重建方向，确实无法给詹姆斯一个完美的夺冠保障。对即将满42岁的詹姆斯而言，在生涯尾声，他需要的是像热火这样管理层稳定的球队，来帮助他维持高效 off 赛场表现。即便他不再频繁展现年轻时的变相运球 crossover or 每场拿下大三元 triple double， 但他在关键时刻的关键球 clutch shot 能力依然是联盟顶尖。各位球迷，你们觉得热火这波操作是真的工作人员手滑，还是詹姆斯回归南海岸的实锤信号？你们看好詹姆斯、字母哥和阿德巴约的联手吗？欢迎在下方留言分享你的看法，我们一起聊聊。感谢大家收看本期影片。你认为詹姆斯最终会落脚迈阿密还是勇士？欢迎留言讨论，别忘了点赞、分享并订阅频道。我们下期再见。